Hello YouTube. If you're watching this, I'm assuming that you're probably already modified. So I'm not going to give you the old, oh, don't get tattoos and piercings if your job doesn't require them. Even though that's common sense. If you're going to go in a field that's not going to allow tattoos and piercings, don't not get them, but get them places you can hide them. Get small ones, get something that's not going to jeopardize your career. But regardless, if you're like me and say people should accept me the way I am, because that's what I think, then you're probably already modified. And you may have been learning, like me, that it's kind of hard to get a job with facial piercings, especially like some of you take them out, put them in, whatever. Me, they're like part of my anatomy. I'm attached to them. They're my babies. So, how do you go about being modified and employed? I work at Sephora. And first of all, it's a lot easier if you're getting into something that's creative, like doing backstage at theater, even on stage. A lot of times you can get the makeup to cover the tattoos, take off the piercings temporarily, whatever. Like makeup, anything that's like more creative. But you also want to find some places like Target, for example, to hire people with piercings, and it's not that big of a deal. So here are some tips and tricks. First of all, you're going to your interview. If it's business casual, do full on business. Like, let them know that just because you've tattoos and piercings doesn't mean that you're any less qualified for what you're doing. Go full out. Look as nice as you possibly can. I honestly wouldn't recommend taking out your piercings, because if you show up, you don't have piercings in, and they hire you. You come in the first day and you've got like tunnels this big and like hoops and rings in here. They're not going to be happy. They might not fire you off the bat, but they're really not going to be happy, and that's going to set off a bad first impression for you. So do come in with your piercings in. Something that is going to be a little bit easier for you is come in with maybe some more, like, say snake eyes, put studs in them. Don't come in with like rings. Don't come in with like giant, if you have tunnels, put the plug in them. Come in with plugs. Just things that come in with your modifications, but don't make them glaringly like ridiculous. Something else that I would say to do, have to like be completely prepared. Be prepared beforehand. Because you know what, being modified obviously is not going to actually affect your ability to do a job, and don't give them a reason to think that it's going to, because it's not. And just be really professional, present yourself well, don't be over the top. And something else I would say, if they're like, you can only wear studs in your ears, don't say, well, what about my eyebrow piercing? Don't bring unnecessary attention to the piercings. I'm not saying hide them, but don't bring unnecessary attention to them, because if they didn't say anything, maybe they're just going to let you have it pass. But once you bring it up, they can't be like, oh, well, I was just going to let you pass on that, because, if that gets back to the manager, gets back to someone else, that could be trouble for that person. So just accept it. You might say, what about small hoops or something in this? Say it's fine. If they do directly bring up your piercings, that's when you can address that. But in general, I would not recommend bringing them up. And I guess that's totally my 3 biggest tips. Be as professional as possible. Look nice. Don't bring unnecessary attention to your piercings. Piercings, stretched lobes, whatever it is that you've got, and keep them demure. And don't take them out for the interview. And be yourself. And let them see that you have that sparkling personality, and that the piercings are just another part of you, and it's not going to hinder you. It doesn't mean you're a rough-looking person. And there are going to be jobs that, something else, research the company beforehand. Now, if it's a company you love, and you're like, I love this company, I'm just going to apply, go for it. Go for it. And if the piercing thing is a absolutely hard limit for you, like you're not taking them out, be honest with them if they ask. Be honest if they ask. And if they do address it, then, go ahead and say, this, I'd rather not. Or, also start, be like, well, can I wear plugs in these? Or, well, can I wear a smaller stool in this? Or, well, is it okay if I wear retainers? And it's also going to be like a safer bet for you to take, and just be like, well, do I have to take it out? But also, even if you show up wearing retainers too, that you can still see the retainer. It's not covering up the piercing. So come in with them in, have them look nice, because in my personal opinion, a little stud like this looks a lot nicer than a giant plastic retainer. And research the company beforehand so you do know what they're expecting. You are educated on the company. You have some good insight to add, and like that you would honestly seem like a valuable, not just seems that you would be a valuable asset to the team. And yeah, so I'm putting lots of applications everywhere, and happy job hunting and good luck. Thank you.